team. Time to get in the huddle with Central coach Brandon Milholland on the team.
And joining us right now, the Chick-fil-A Breakfast Team phone line, he's the head coach of the Central Warriors, Brandon Milholland. Brandon, how are you doing today? Appreciate the time as always.
Yeah, doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I do have to be pleased with how your football team is playing, because you want to see progress from a young group of guys, and you're seeing that. The win against Palisade was a huge one for you. I know you lose a game at Boulder Fairview, but kids played really well against an outstanding 5A football team. And then you're trailing at halftime against Grand Junction. You put it together in the second half to get the win against your city rival in the Grand Junction Tigers. This has been a really good stretch for your football team, the way your kids have performed.
Absolutely, Jim. Yeah, just proud of their resiliency. I think they were really tested this last Friday night. I've talked a ton about our kids' character, and the character has come a long ways, but they were tested, and they were, we challenged them to be men in the second half and really start playing, the type of football, at least offensively, that we know that we're capable of doing. And I would say in that second half, they really, rose to the occasion there and accepted the challenge and did a nice job in the second half for sure.
And Devin Hickey running the option, 3 touchdowns. He did a really nice job in obviously finding the end zone, but executing your offensive attack.
Absolutely, yeah. No, he just really gained a ton of confidence, I think, as an option quarterback. And just again showed that he's capable of doing that, and I think he gained a ton of confidence. Just proud of him and what he did in the second half for sure.
Central football coach Brandon Milholland with us on the Team Sports Network, and like I said, your team was down 7-0 at halftime, and you got to be thrilled, Brandon, with what you saw from your defense, really building kind of on what they did against Boulder Fairview the week before.
I think the defense has been really great this, pretty after week one. Let's just forget about week one, but against Palisade and Fairview and again against Grand Junction High School, I think they've been very consistent, on that side of the ball. We're trying to get that consistency on the offensive side of the ball. And again, just, they're flying around. They got the 9-5-9 mentality, and they're executing what's been put in front of them, which isn't necessarily a simple defense to run. Coach Morales has kids going different directions, different assignments on different plays and schemes and formations that we see. And the kids have accepted that challenge and done a really nice job with it on that side of the ball for sure.
Warriors football coach Brandon Milholland with us on the Team Sports Network. Is there a couple of guys, Brandon, that you've watched on the defensive side that you've seen go from, maybe struggling, obviously, and against the Montrose Indians, and your team had a tough time? It's a really good football team that Brett Mertens has, but maybe a couple of guys on the defensive side that have just gotten better week after week after week. And if you want to do the same thing on the offensive side too, that they have really developed and really improved dramatically from week one to where you are right now with your football team, playing the kind of football that you are.
Well, I think defensively it starts with our middle linebacker, Santana Martinez. And I tried to get him in the newspaper there at the end of the game on Friday night as well. But he's really stepped up. He's to the point now where he's reading guards instead of just looking in the backfield like most high school kids do, and really playing downhill for us at that middle linebacker position. So he's done a great job. Really improved a ton from week one to where he is now. And then I think up front, defensive line wise, Abram Morrison is really kind of shined, I guess you could say. And he's flying to the football. Javion Hernandez as well at defensive end. So these are key players they have a motor, and they're bringing it, and they're loving that side of the ball for sure. Offensively, I think, it's just been kind of a process across the board, whether it's, like I said, Devin had a tremendous game this last Friday night. And in that triple option scheme, this last Friday, that was his night for sure. And so he started feeling that read there and taking advantage of it. Some great fakes with some ball fakes, on the pitch there, and then cutting it up and scoring a few touchdowns that way. So I would say that, hopefully we just keep that rolling. But with that triple option offense, it could be Devin and it could be the fullback and it could be the halfback from week to week. So right now we're just hoping that we continue to get better.
Central football coach Brandon Melholland with us on the Team Sports Network. Warriors 2-2. You take on 2-2 Fruita Monument. They have the loss at Chatfield this last Saturday. It's a really good football team that Cameron Ross has. That defense has been outstanding during the majority of the season. Their offense with Corbin Rao, their young quarterback, he has given them really, I think, an added dimension with his ability to throw the football. Armani Trujillo is phenomenal on both sides of the football, Brandon. This is obviously a Valley rival, always a hotly contested game, but it's a good Fruita Monument team that you take on Friday night.
Yeah, they're sound in a lot of things that they do for sure, whether it's offensively or defensively. Cam was a lineman in his playing days as well, and so he's got that offensive line going up front for sure. And then defensive coordinator Andrew Decker does a nice job of stunting and giving different blitz looks there. But they're very aggressive and they play very fast and they flow to the ball very well. It's going to be a tough contest for sure, and hopefully we accept that challenge.
Like when you played Palisade or you played Landon McKee and Grand Junction. I mean, you know all these guys. You know Cam and you know Andrew Decker and it's there are no tricks here, right? I mean, it's pretty much you know what their tendencies are, the things they like to do, what their core values are as a football team. I guess I guess the question I'm asking here is it easier to prepare when you know guys as well as you do as some of the coaches here in the Valley? I mean, is there ever anything you go, whoa, I didn't expect that from Cameron Ross, or I didn't expect that from Joe Romano?
Yeah, I think at times you're surprised at some of the things that they.
There's still some tricks they pull on you, right?
Yeah, the tricks they pull out of the hat there, for sure. But again, I think it's good football. It's sound football. Coach McKee had his guys ready to play this last Friday night, and I knew that he would. Coach Romano is consistent all the time, and has been for decades, right? And Cam is doing the same thing out of Fruita. So I think in the respect of, knowing that you're playing a guy that's prepared, a guy that puts in a lot of work and that values character, the character piece makes it easier to play those guys. At the same time, knowing the work ethic that they put in and the preparation that they put in, I just need to make sure that we're doing that as a staff here at Central as well. And so just a lot of respect for the guys throughout the Valley, and every now and then we're going to have some surprises that a couple of tricks in their hat there. But I think it's good football, and we just hope that we can match that.
And I'm sure you'll have a card or two up your sleeve as well, right? Have something special for them too, probably.
Yeah, I do.
All right, we'll leave it at there, Brandon. We'll leave it right there. We don't want to give out any state secrets here. Fruita Monument taking on Central tonight, on Friday night, on the Team Sports Network. Our coverage starts at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock kick. The Wildcats taking on the Warriors. Another great rivalry matchup here in the Valley. Brandon, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Jim. Have a good day.
All right, take care. Brandon Melholland, coach of the Central Warriors.